All right, so welcome back to the channel. This week, we're spending our time with the 2025 Hyundai IONIQ 5N. I mean, it needs no introduction. You can see from from just what you're looking at exactly what this thing is, but I'll be honest, I have been trying to get my hands on this performance SUV since it came out. So literally forever. I've been trying to get my hands on. Finally, Hyundai gave me the green light and they gave me the car, and oh my God, it is really, really impressive. This is probably one of the best performance EVs on the market, the most engaging to drive on the market. You name it, it's got it. It is just simply freaking awesome. I mean, you just can't get enough. So take a look at it. We have really massive wheels. I love the N brake right there, how you can see it like that, and you can also see the N logo on the rims. Very good design there. I love this red that continues right across. Of course, you can see you've got pretty big brake calipers in the back. You've got the standard stuff. There is some normal IONIQ 5, things going on here. You can also see that you've got the daytime running LEDs, you got the pixels still, but you have this really nice looking front end with that kind of orange strip that goes through and right down the middle there. Very nice. You've got your parking sensors and your camera and stuff, so all that's pretty cool. Man, this gray, I was hoping it was going to be the blue, but honestly, this gray is probably just as good. Take a look at it though at the back. You've got the pixelated tail lights that you see on the normal IONIQ 5, the same badge, the same kind of setup here. The wiper that I wish was up over here, but you have this cool brake light right up there that looks very nice. And then the diffuser. Look at that rear diffuser. Yes, sir. It's just ready to go. I mean, it doesn't get any better looking than this, guys. It just doesn't. I am a fan of the way this looks. I know I'm going to be a fan of the way it drives. Speaking of that, you know what? Let's hop in and let's just simulate some gears. Let's see what happens. All right, so second time driving it, pretty much. Stopped to film that exterior shot, and now we're in the driver's seat. So let's see what kind of stuff we can get into here. I think this is gonna be nuts. I'm in full N mode, or like full N custom 1 mode anyways, which is probably what I'll drive in the whole week, and I'm in the cool E-shift mode as well. So I've got everything on. Let's see, I've got my thing in sport. Let's bring up the screen anyways. Let's do engine shift. Oh my God. Oh my God, okay. Yeah, that's just stupid. That's just ridiculous. Nobody needs that. Okay. Holy moly. Okay. There. Oh my God. I'm still learning like how to do all the stuff that like it wants me to do. Like it's so weird. But oh my God, that's fast. So it's like I can downshift now to 4th, to 3rd, to 2nd, and go. Oh my God. And it feels like engine braking, like second gear, it kind of holds back. Like then for like you can feel like the car loosening and like lurching forward a little bit with every shift. Exactly how it would be if you were to like have a genuine dual clutch, and it's lightning quick. I mean, it's just, you can't replicate this stuff. I mean, this is how you execute a fully performance electric vehicle. So I'm at 90% state of charge, and I'm in the N mode. I've got 288 kilometers of range, which is, obviously the battery's giving it everything. But if I switch down to say eco mode, 320, normal 310, and sport 301. But who wants to drive in that? I'm driving in my custom mode with the E-shift on. Is that just the way to do it? It will kind of shift down for me. If I don't, like if I let it get too low, it'll just kind of shift down into what it should be. But you don't really feel it, which is cool. You will feel it though, like if you bang it off the rev limiter. And then I have different exhaust noises. So I have evolution. So it's downshift on this one. And I can't really go anywhere now because I've got slower traffic in front of me. But this one's kind of cool. I don't know which one's my favorite. I kind of like ignition because it feels more like a rumble, feels like more like a car. And then you have, I'll show you once I turn the corner here. I can't show you now because, again, I'm behind slow traffic. But you have like it's called supersonic, and it sounds like a fighter jet. And then if you redline it, you get like this sonic boom, and it's like, pfft. Also, this thing handles like a dream. I mean, it's got that low center of gravity, so it's already there, but like the body roll is so well kept in check. You can tell that they've really tuned the suspension here from the basic IONIQ 5, of which I've driven like 2 times already. So like I have quite a bit of experience in the IONIQ 5 platform, and like this thing is just on, they've literally taken what is a normal EV and brought it to another level, much like they do with their Hyundai Elantra N. That thing is the same way. They take it to a whole other level. It is just the same platform as the Elantra, just tuned and just proper. They just do such a good job. And you could tell, like, you know, they have a racing inspiration here. They have racing study. Like, it's not just thrown together and that's it. It's literally well designed, well researched as well. This is what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for an EV that is not boring, that feels like something that this is the most engaging EV I think I'll ever be in, unless, you know, other manufacturers start to copy this, but Hyundai was the first one to do it and do it well. Okay, so that's evolution. Let's do supersonic. So you can, it sounds like a freaking fighter jet. It's so cool. I'm gonna see if I can get down into first gear, and we'll try to redline it from first. We'll try to get the, because it goes like boom. There's a couple of people here. I don't want to scare anybody, but we'll see if we can get it. I'm gonna have to do it gradually. There's just a couple people here. Here, wait. Oh, I didn't redline it enough. We'll try that again. Hang on. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. You've got to like redline it at the limit, otherwise you don't get the rewarding. And I want you to hear it. I want to hear it again too. Let's see. Okay. No. Oh, it didn't do it. Wait. Let me see if I can get it to do it. Do it, stupid thing. Wait. There we go. I had to hold it. I had to let it bang off the rev limiter for it to go. Oh my God. All right. So I'll pick it back up a little bit later. This thing's just awesome. It's just straight up the coolest thing I've ever driven. Oh my God. I'm going to drive the pants off of this thing this week. I'll pick it back up a little later. We got more to see. Okay. Welcome back outside with the IONIQ 5N. It's been a couple days and I have just enjoyed driving this thing. I mean, I have just enjoyed ripping this thing around. I'm always in manual mode. I'm always on 10. This thing breaks necks still, even though it's been out for a while. It still absolutely breaks necks. The people that are in the know about, you know, electric vehicles or just vehicles in general know what they're looking at when you see this. I think the thing that makes it stand out is that it looks pretty low, and those rims, the brakes are just really, really big. It's just such a standout EV, and I've always appreciated and liked the design of kind of like the pixelated stuff that Hyundai did with the first IONIQ 5 platform. I liked it then, and then the N just takes it another step. You know, you got like the rearward front end there that just looks crazy. It looks like a sports car. I mean, and it performs kind of like a hot hatch, but like a hot hatch that's got like steroids. I mean, oh my God, the hot hatch has been juicing. It's just crazy. I love this rear end too. I love the way it sticks out. It doesn't try to be quiet. It doesn't try to be hidden. It is a very like, look at me right now kind of exterior. And I didn't think I'd like the gray, but it's actually really growing on me. Better than a white, I'd say. Not better than the blue though. I think the performance racing blue is probably the best color you can get, but let me know what you think. What do you think about the exterior of the Hyundai IONIQ 5? You like it? Would you buy one? Would you not? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about this design here? All right, so sitting inside the IONIQ 5N at like, well, it feels like nighttime because we're approaching that time of the year where at 7:30 you got basically no light outside. But this is kind of cool because I get to kind of highlight the ambient lighting, and you can sort of see the N logo. It's supposed to light up. It doesn't really light up when I'm not driving, the door's not open. But let's take you through it quickly here before we lose too much light. So first, you're greeted by this awesome looking N steering wheel with physical buttons. Take note, every other brand not doing this. Look at that. You've got physical buttons for your volume control, physical buttons for your cruise control, as well as your gauge cluster to control that a little bit. And then we have a drive mode button right here, right where your thumb is, perfectly placed. You also have an N Grin boost, which will give you full battery power for 10 seconds. And then obviously you have these N buttons. So they're both configurable. So one can pull up like the N mode, the N custom 1 mode. The other one can pull up the custom 2 mode, or it can engage something like E-Shift. So I have this one to engage E-Shift. So when I press it, check this out. you're going to see a fake RPM come up. Press it again, it'll turn it off. And then I have this one to go into my N or N custom 1. So each button can have, like, this one can have 1 and this one can have 2. So very, very cool. That you could just kind of configure your own N buttons to do what they want, and it's whatever you want. And you can configure that through here as well through the buttons setting. But I really like the sport gauge that it gives you, and then obviously the paddle shifters, instead of controlling the regen braking, actually control the gear that you're in, and you can hear the fake sound starting already. So really nice ambient lighting. Got it in the Bose speaker there. You can kind of see the checkered flag stuff right there. Got illumination controls there. The gauge cluster is very simple but very good at the same time. You can see a lap timer, G-force meter, current trip, efficiency, the standard Hyundai stuff, nothing crazy. The infotainment display, very simple. It is as IONIQ 5 as it gets. I mean, it's just straight up IONIQ 5 until you click the N mode button. This changes everything. So you can control your N Custom 1 and N Custom 2. This is where you're going to change your exhaust sounds. So this is Evolution, and then supersonic. You'll hear it more when we actually drive, though, or when we are driving. And then you can have different things. So N torque distribution, N pedal, N race, N drift optimizer, drag mode and track mode. You can optimize the battery for that. And you can also customize these different widgets as well, which is really, really cool. You can also do different performance options, and you can do circuits. So you have all these different circuits that are mapped out. You can do your best lap timer. You can also control your launch control, the grip level. You can do the E-shift. You can do this is where you can control like the different volumes for the sounds and stuff. And then the N battery preconditioning, so you can have it precondition the battery for drag or track use. The N pedal, the N drift optimizer, and the N race, which is really, really cool. Used for track driving, the motor and the battery are cooled to the maximum. This may cause noises, vibrations, and climate system performance degradation. Frequent use of N race may reduce battery durability. So obviously, if you're taking it on the track a lot, expect to wear through your battery quite quickly in this thing. So moving a little bit lower, we also have, some physical buttons, but like the typical thing that Hyundai likes to do now in their digital, or not digital, but like it's not really even a button. You just kind of press stuff. So I can kind of get like the quick little heated steering and stuff like that up there, ventilated seats, heated seats, you name it. And then if I actually click the climate button, that's where you can turn on driver only. I can mess with the auto, the sync, and stuff like that. So it's not all in here, so you can control most of it from here, which is good, which is better than a lot of brands, but you still have to use some of the infotainment, but it's honestly not that bad, so I'm okay with it. I also like the quick access buttons for everything. You've got USB-C charge ports, wireless charging pad right here. It's getting quite dark here, so we'll quickly do this. We've also got a parking camera right there, 360 degrees all the way around. Obviously, it doesn't match the color. This is blue, mine is gray, but that's fine. Got cup holders down here with like a nice bit of space under here, a little bit of space in here as well. And then if I open the door, you should see it. There we go. Yeah, so check that out. The N logo lights up. These N racing seats are so comfortable. I mean, oh my God, they're just so comfortable. They hold you. There's not a lot of bolstering or padding. They're kind of hard in the back, but the way they hold you and the way it sits, the way the thing rides is really good. Also, check out that checkered padding on the door. Very, very nice stuff. I like this interior better than I like the original IONIQ interior. It just feels a lot better. And it feels like I like this separation here, which is just very, very nice. I like feeling separate from the passenger, and the passenger likes feeling separate from me, I think. And then you've got like a nice little strip of blue right there. There's really, really nice things. No digital rear view camera, but that's not a big deal. And if I have time, I'll show you the rear a little later. But I'm losing my sunlight, as you can see, from just 5 minutes ago. It is already significantly darker, so I will pick it back up later. But there's a quick little tour of the interior. All right, so welcome back. Inside on the road with the IONIQ 5N, but the midway point through the week. It's currently Wednesday, and we are going to take you guys for another drive. My opinion hasn't changed much at all. I still love this thing. I still drive it in basically manual all the time. I can't help it. I love it, and it's kind of the vehicle's like biggest, I guess, gimmick. So I intend to basically do this all week. Like, it's very rare that you'll catch me this week driving in eco mode or normal mode or anything like that. I don't care about range. I just want to feel it. I just want to feel the upshifts and the jerkiness of it. I really do like it. It really does give me the sense that it's like that I'm driving a real transmission. Like it's very weird how it tricks your brain. And I think on the track it just gets amplified. I think on the track you probably feel the jerkiness a lot more than just driving around here in traffic. And what's cool is like I can kind of get a different experience out of it because I can change my exhaust notes. So like I have ignition on right now, but I can change it to evolution, and like it's a different feeling. But evolution I find very quiet. I feel like it's very whiny and quiet. So to really hear it, I have to be in like a lower gear in order to do that. Same thing with supersonic, although supersonic you can hear it a lot more often. Like that. Just a sudden rip. Oh my god, this thing. The sense of speed, it like tricks your brain into thinking that you're going a lot faster because you're waiting for the red line. And red line is like almost 8,000 RPM. I mean, it's not really happening, but that's what I see on my tachometer. So like I'm waiting. By the time that happens, I'm like, about to go to jail. And so you just want the sonic boom. But usually I keep it in ignition, and it kind of just, it sounds the most real to me, and it's the one I could hear the most, has the most bass, and that's what I like. And I've turned it up fully. I've turned up these fake noises all the way. Hopefully people can hear me outside. Sort of. I had my wife kind of stand outside. She said you can kind of hear it from outside, but it's not as much as like say the Charger was. So that's fine. But that's fine. Honestly, this car is more for the driver. Like it's more about the experience than just annoying everybody else, right? Yeah, unless you have people inside the car who hate it, then you're going to annoy them. But I just love the way this thing sticks to the road. It handles like an absolute little demon. It handles like a little hot hatch, and honestly, it has really no business doing that. Like, it's more like, it's an EV. It weighs quite a bit. It's got a battery, but that low center of gravity mixed with the way that this thing drives is just purely just fun. Like, this is probably the most fun I've had driving any EV in a long time. Maybe since I've been, testing cars and reviewing different EVs, this is probably the most engaging one that you'll ever find. And like, I've got this boost button that I barely even need to touch because it's so fast on just its own that like me doing the boost, I'm like, I don't want to die, It's like, and just, maybe it isn't actually that fast on paper, but again, when you drive this thing and you're shifting like that, and you're going through the gears, you feel like you're going so much faster because your brain, you feel the jerks. When I upshift, I feel it all. And like when I downshift, like I feel all of that. Like I'm not moving my head, like it's jerking me. Like, how do they? Oh my god! And you get like the cool pops and bangs, the gurgles and everything. Like, I gotta go way higher to do it. But again, this is the thing is it's a little hard to get to it sometimes. To get to pop and bang, I've got to go quite high in the rev range for it to do it on the road. And when you do that, well, you're actually ending up going quite fast. But yeah, it just has no business really being as fun as it is. I mean, I love the pops and bangs. I love it all. I'm just so here for all of it. My tripod is just taking a beating back there too because I've left it there. It's just going around everywhere because I'm body rolling it like crazy. I'm just driving the pants out of this thing. There you go. There's those pops and bangs that I was talking about. I love that. It gives it so much show, so much personality. Like, no, it's not practical. I'm at 87% of battery, and I'm in the N mode and custom 1 mode, and I've got 298 kilometers of range. Yeah, it's not a lot. It is not a lot, but if you can make it work and you don't have a long commute and you want something engaging, at this point in the game, that's the price you pay. I expect other brands to maybe copy it. I don't know if like brands like Porsche need to do that with their electric vehicles. I think Porsche, just the way that thing probably handles is probably crazy enough that they don't need to simulate gears. But I get why Hyundai did it, and I hope they never stop. Ride quality is good. Other than that, it's pretty comfortable. Even though I've been driving it in Sport Plus suspension mode pretty much the entire week, I don't care. It does beat you up a little bit, but if you do want it to be normal, you can, like, I can put myself in normal mode. My daughter's in the car, and just, she won't feel anything. So there's also that to consider, but it can be your normal IONIQ 5. It can absolutely do that, just has a little bit less range, but everything else remains the same. The driving feels similar. The suspension maybe feels a little stiffer, and the body feels a little more rigid, but that's about it. Like, long-term use, unless you drove them back to back, you really wouldn't notice a difference until you turn the N on and it starts simulating gears and doing all this wacky stuff. Then okay, you can probably easily tell the difference. But until then, it can be your normal everyday driver, which is pretty important, I think. And I think it's going to really decide whether or not you see a lot of these things on the road. But so far, I fall in love very easily. That's not a thing, or that is a thing. But yeah, I love this one. Favorite EV so far, I gotta tell you. Favorite EV so far. There you go. All right, I've got the IONIQ 5N, and I've got the hood open now. Usually in the normal Hyundai IONIQ 5N, you'll find a front trunk. Here on the N, you won't. I'm assuming probably because there's more cooling and just generally more things going on in terms of the N, that a front trunk is just simply not deemed necessary. Honestly, I don't care that it's not here. I think that having this kind of cool, it's like a little engine cover, if you will, that has the N with the pixels on it. I completely don't mind that at all. And I didn't use the front trunk that the other IONIQ 5s had, or even the IONIQ 6 has. I didn't use it. So for them not to put one really doesn't dampen my spirits at all for this vehicle. Still think it's awesome. Still think it looks cool. And yeah, that's what it looks like under the hood. It's got over 600 horsepower, over 600 pound-feet of torque. I'll put that information on the screen if you are interested. But yeah, very cool though. Let me know what you think so far. All right, I always hate this part of the week because it's the last time outside with the Hyundai IONIQ 5N. I unfortunately don't live that close and don't do car reviews as a full-time job, so I can't drop this off Monday morning. I've actually got to do it on Sunday nights. Fun fact if you didn't know. So to wrap up my thoughts on the IONIQ 5 is that it has just been a great experience. Like, I have loved driving this thing. It's the coolest IONIQ 5. I already liked the IONIQ 5 to begin with, and then obviously the N just takes things to a whole other level, just like it does with the Elantra. And the Elantra N takes that vehicle and makes it something truly special, and that's what Hyundai have done. I don't think that the price point is good enough to get people my age to be able to afford it. I just don't. I think there's a lot more options out there that, have a lot more range, and when you get into the 80 grand, I think people my age are probably buying something else. But I do feel like they're onto something with this fake shifting, the engage in driving. I think it's there. I think being able to track this thing is going to attract quite a lot of people, including myself. Honestly, if I can get a good deal on this thing, I'd love to own it, but I fall in love very fast. I've said that about the Charger. I think I've said that about a couple of vehicles this week or this year, but look, I fall in love very quickly, but I do seriously enjoy this for what it is for the electric vehicle. Hopefully, I think we're going to take a little break from electrics. Maybe some hybrids are coming up. I don't know. I don't want to say too much because, well, they might get canceled. So let's see. Hopefully we have a bunch of gas coming up, but still, this is the coolest and by far my favorite electric vehicle that I've driven all year. But of course, I want to know what you think. What do you think about the price points around like $80,000? What do you think about the range? Everything in between. What do you think about all the things that I've been able to show you? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you next week. See you next car. Take care.